Welcome to Great Greys, your one-stop shop to finding winners across Australia from the world of greyhound racing. Host David Shortte is joined by Harry Buchanan from the Greyhound Insider, Jaycin Campbell to look at Queensland and Tasmanian chasing, Hall of Famer Neil Brown, Sean Matheson looking at South Australian chasing, New South Wales expert Simon Orchard, and the Shane Train Williams rounds it out with his key plays and kennel mail in WA. Now, over to the team for this week's edition of Great Greys.
Good morning and welcome along to Great Greys on this Thursday, the 30th of May 2024. A huge thanks to Leah Ernest. Great to be teaming up with her here live in the current TAB radio studios at Gloucester Park. Big thanks to all the team that have worked overtime to get us up and firing into our new facilities for the next new little bit, our new home. And it can tell you, it's very cosy in here. It's got a bit of a den feel to it, Leah. It's like being at Grandpa's house as a youngster, a nice and warm feel to it downstairs. Beautiful.
It is. It's a bit moody in here.
I like it. I do like it indeed. So one man that I'm sure would appreciate these particular surrounds, Harry Buchanan, joins us as he does each and every week to have a look at greyhound racing around Australia over the next few days. Let's welcome him in. Hello, Harry.
Yes, hello, Shorty. I certainly would enjoy it because it's about minus 42 over here, so could do with a bit of Grandpa's place at the moment.
Minus 42. Gee, that is on the colder end of the scale. What's it, raining and just standard Sydney weather?
Yeah, it's just the old winter settling in, great man. It's starting to get chilly mornings now, so it gets very cold here for the next few months, but nevertheless, it's been good, clear weather lately and no rain, so that is one positive to come out of it, and I would much prefer it to be cold than hot, so I won't be complaining too much during the winter, great man.
Fair enough. Well, the upside is we've got lots of great racing on the track to warm you up because there's chasing right around Australia over the next little patch. And tonight there at Albion Park, there's a tremendous meeting and a little bit of WA flavour in this card as well, Harry.
Yeah, it certainly is. We see nearly half a dozen dogs line up for the start of the Queensland Carnival tonight. And it actually started yesterday. They had a couple of heats of the dashing Corsair over the 700 and a couple of preludes, I think, of the Brisbane Cup were run, but starts heating up now. The Flying Amy Classic, those heats are on tonight, of course. The Cindy's Magic heats are on tonight, and then we've got the Lightning, the Thunder, the Tempest, they're all coming up all through June. This carnival goes for a number of weeks, culminating, of course, in the Brisbane and Queensland Cups on July the 4th. The $1 million Brisbane Cup is the highlight, of course, $650,000 of the winner, and then a $262,000 Queensland Cup. So they're the two big features that the interstate raiders are descending upon. And as you mentioned, Shorty, a couple of WA dogs have started their campaign. Sage Chanel kicks off in race 5 tonight. Uncle Tommy beautifully drawn in race number 6. Sunset Tyson joins him there in box 6. We go down to race 7, and as you know, Shorty, the Queenslanders tonight will get a first-class exhibition and lesson in early speed when Sunset Fraser lights up the track out of box 2. For those who haven't seen him race, he has the most electrifying turn of foot you've ever seen off the mat. He could miss the start and he'll still be leading these for fun. He goes very, very quick. He busts them up the back, sets it alight, but that last little bit that can be testing there. Can't wait to see what he does at that track tonight. Not sure whether it's going to suit him, the Albion Park circuit. And then, of course, Sneaky Emoji, the dog that ran him down to win the WA Derby. He lines up in heats. The race 9, is the Flying Amy Classic, but he's also run into Morton, so he's got a little bit of work ahead of him as well. So a couple of really good quality dogs running around there tonight in those heats. Shorty, going to be a bumper card.
Yeah, most definitely. Can't wait to see those stars strutting their stuff at Albion Park. Of course, good meetings tonight as well at Sandown and Northern. But let's focus in on your better place tonight there at Albion Park. There's a couple of greyhounds that we've been following quite closely in recent times that have drawn in these early races tonight. Gee, I'll tell you something. These Cindy's Magic heats over the 600 metres have drawn together really, really intriguing lineups because we see some dogs like Hector Foley, who came across here to WA, of course, and took out the Sandgroper, stepping back up to the 600 metres, taking on some other dogs that have gone around over longer trips and are backing dropping back in trip, and then there's some sprinters that have been over the 500 getting out to the 600. So there's sort of three different categories of dogs all going around within the one series here.
Yeah, absolutely. Every year this Cindy's Magic Series produces really good heats, 5 quality heats tonight. Hector Foley, of course, taking on Sage Snurl in the last heat there. Yarchi Bale, he lines up in race number 4. He steps up to the 600. We had a good discussion about whether he's a genuine 600-metre dog yesterday, but he does line up as favourite. Father Rick there in heat number 3. He lines up as favourite as well. I'm going to kick it off in race 1, Shorty. A couple of our old mates, I'm a big fan of Binny Do. I think he's a really versatile dog, and Robert Britton, he goes up every year to this carnival, and it's very rare that he comes home empty-handed. He always seems to find the right dogs for this track and for these feature races. And this is a dog that when he draws in, he goes very well. 7 starts on box 2 for a win and 5 placings. I thought the $12 was silly here. He has to run top 2 with no third dividend. I'm going to be playing him each way. Keep your eye on Black Tsunami. He steps up to the 600 for the first time. He has one almighty engine, this dog. He also has a fair bit going on up top at the moment. He's just lacking a little bit of conviction at the end of his races. In saying that, if he finds the arm early, we might see the best of him here. He's a very, very fast dog. But I'll kick it off with Binny Do in the first race there. Have a little saver on Black Tsunami. Over to race 2, well, Polara King, this is his trip. He's had a bit of a run over the old 500 there in that series. I think it was at Dubbo in recent times. He's around $2.25. There's only 2 dibs here. You're getting around $1.40, $1.50 a place. So for those punters that want their short odds, he's a pretty well short of running top 2 here. Him and One Hot Bandit should square off. He loves this track though. He's been here a few times. 7 starts, 4 wins, 2 placings. He's awkward, we know that, and he gets back, but he does cut loose. While field will suit, he will take a lot of stopping. And then I think Uncle Tommy in race 6 is box 1. He's boxed to win. I think the dog's got a lot of upside. I think he's got the most upside to come out of that derby, and he is unbeaten out of the red box after 4 starts, and he does go really quick after the start as well. If he finds the top here, I think that he's going to take a fair bit of catching. He's a very promising dog on the up. So that'll be the 3 races to focus at Albion Park. Race 1, number 2, keep an eye on the red. Race 2, number 7. Race 6, number 1.
Catching up with Harry Buchanan, and we've had a look at Albion Park for tonight. Time now to switch our focus to Sandown and also Northern before we bid a farewell to Harry on this Thursday morning. H, we've had a good look at that Albion Park program where we've got 1, 1 and 2, Black Tsunami and Binny Do, 2, 7, Palawa King and 6, 1, Uncle Tommy. What about Sandown for tonight?
Yeah, Shorty. Race 3, number 1, We Own a Start. Getting really short now. Opened up this morning at 4:40. Good morning to Easton Christian. Hope he's doing well this morning. It's been absolutely plummeted in, and it should be getting the job done here. It's coming out of form behind Fast Minardi, if you don't mind. Smooth Kalinda, Container. It's just better than these. It's a very, very promising stayer on the way up. She's only won the one from 13, but look, she's just starting to put it all together now. Box the win here. If she's close, she really hits the line hard over this trip. At $5.95, expect her to get the job done. You don't want to be taken too much shorter though. Over to race 6 here, number 4, Uriah Bale. Thought it just didn't handle box 1 last week behind Flying Currency. This is the Judy Haley Memorial Final, so we saw them all go around last week. The run was creditable, made good ground late. I just think if she can get to the middle of the track where she wants to be, she can wind up strongly here. Really solid each way play around that $7 mark. And I think she's going to give us a really nice showing. She's by Christo Bale. You don't see a lot of them going around at the moment, so I think she'll go well tonight. And then go down to race number 7. Number 6, Ethanol Volume. This is a very good litter. This is clearly the best dog in it by a country mile.
Let's cut it out.
We all know that. Some of us can't accept it, but that's their problem. And I sympathise with them. But 36 starts, 9 wins, 11 placings. Takes on little sister tonight in Ethanol Water, who goes okay, but she's certainly no Ethanol Volume, and he'll get wound up tonight. 34-11, great man. He'll drop that again tonight. No pace off Fabsy's vegetable outside. He'll land up where he wants to be, nice and wide. Ethanol Extra, the other sister down in box 2, she also goes okay. She's also had 9 wins and 11 placings. They are a very good litter, as you know, by Droopy Sydney. All 3 of them have won 9 races now, and they've got big engines, but this bloke here, I just like the way he goes about his business over the 600. 5 starts for 3 wins and a placing. He'll get the job done. He will certainly run top 2 at the very least. Race 3, number 1. Race 6, number 4. Race 7, number 6 at Sandown this evening.
Alrighty, so 3, 1, 6, 4, 7, 6 for Sandown tonight for Harry. And rounding it out locally, of course, with Cannington now no longer in the rotation, we will have chasing up there at Northam on a Thursday night for a pretty significant period of time while these track redevelopments are taking place out at Cannington. Take us through your thoughts for tonight at Northam. The first race gets underway at 4:53 WA time and the last on a 12-race card at 8:42 this evening. Where should the punters be investing?
They should be investing carefully for starters. There's a really good card at Northam, but we're going to tread really warily for a couple of weeks. Upwards of 34 dogs having their first look at the circuit tonight. The Credelli's taken a big team up there. They have all tried. A lot of these dogs have trialled, but we just need to see them go around, and those turns can be a little bit tricky at Northam, so we're not going to go in too silly here. We'll stick with what we know. Race 3, number 4, Bracton. This dog's won 6 times around this circuit. I'm not too concerned about the opposition here because they've all been around the circuit, bar Maximum Carnage, who has trialled. Slow early, that dog. I just think Bracton, if it doesn't win this, it's really going to struggle to win another race. She's the best dog in the race. She'll get it done there with a clean step out of box 4 in race number 3. As will race 6, number 4, Ruthless Tiger. Another dog who has had a couple of runs at Northam here and is taking on a few dogs having their first look. I think if he can be behind Transcendent or close enough up the back, he'll give it a run for its money late. Got a lot of talent, this bloke. Does run around a little bit. He's a little bit awkward in the field, but I think if he can step better tonight, he'll get there while a few of these are going to be sorting themselves out around this Northern circuit. Finish it off race 8, number 7, Ballistic Ant. We know she's a stayer. This is the only dog I'm teaming up with today, Shorty, that has not started at Northern. The reason being, Molotov Boy is out. Ballistic Ant trialled very, very well there the other day. Post to post, sort of... we worked out at the equates to around a 29.6 run, and if she produces that today, she'll be very hard to stop. She can step, good beginner, lacks a little bit of pace, but if she's close, she'll be very hard to hold off. A couple of dogs here do not get the trip. She'll be solid late. They'll be the 3 tonight. Race for 3, number 3, race 6, number 4, race 8, number 7 at Northern this evening, Shorty.
33.64.87 for Harry tonight there at Northern. You'll hear again from Harry tomorrow morning just after 6:30 on the Sports Daily on TAB Radio with Tim Walker and Digby Beecham. And, of course, tomorrow afternoon we'll team up for the mail collection along with Ethan Christian, having a look at a big weekend of chasing upcoming. Appreciate your time, Harry. All the very best this evening, and we'll hear from you again tomorrow here on TAB Radio.
Thanks, Shorty. Talk soon, mate.
There we have it, Harry Buchanan joining us. And, Leia, we may be able to swing back to you for the dividends from race number 2 of the day there at Ipswich.
We can indeed. Thank you, Shorty. And we'll be joining Jaycin Campbell shortly as well. Race 2, Ipswich, correct weight on 4, 1, 3 and 6. It was a very tight photo for the Lucky Alien. Cody Collins, 280, 160. 1 Riddle, 223. Goblin Decoy, no third. Quinella, 760. Exacta, 1270. Trifecta, 3450. First 4, 4136, $46. Double 4, 4, 130.20. 5 a scratching.
You're listening to GREYS on TAB Radio.
With Jaycin Campbell, we'll have a look at a busy night of chasing up there at Albion Park. Also, some chasing at Rockhampton and Hobart. Welcome to the program, JC. How do we find you today?
Very well, Shorty. How are you, mate?
Going really nicely, thank you. You'd be pretty excited. Chasing's really heating up there in Queensland at the moment.
Yeah, we have absolutely stunning racing there tonight on Thursday. 5 heats of the Cindy's Magic at Group 2 level over the 600 metres and 7 heats of the Group 1 Flying Amy. As you've probably already covered with other people so far, we've got Sunset Fraser, Sunset Tyson, Sage Sunil, a lot of the WA favourites going around for Tony Uphap. So best of luck to the WA hopefuls tonight at Albion Park.
Thank you, Jace. We'll take that luck. Hopefully they can all perform really well tonight. We've got roughly 4 minutes to work through your tips before we have to go to our next race here on TAB Radio. Let's have a look at tonight, Albion Park. Where should we be having a play?
I've got to kick off in race 3, playing the black rug here, number 7, Phase Magic. She's a bitch who's absolutely airborne at present. 2 starts ago, she won a free-for-all race over this distance in 34 55. Now, surely that's only 2 lengths off the track record, so you can just tell she's flying right now. I think she's mapped exceptionally well here in the 7. Box 6, Jamie Bale wants to cut back to the fence, while Hidden Agenda in box 8, we know him quite well. He's a bit of a wide-running greyhound, so I think she has no reason not to, at worst, lob on the shoulders of Father Rick, and with that recent win over the 700 metres under her belt, I think she'll prove too strong for him late in the piece.
Race 3, number 7, Phase Magic, with some good form next to its name. And we move on to race number 8, one of my favourite dogs in the country right now.
Yes, that's Good Odds Cobber. Labelled him the BB for tonight. He's obviously won his last 4 races, so no prizes, tipping him. But his last win was at Wentworth Park in the New Sensation. I thought it was a ripping run. He just maps really well here, I thought, Shorty. Box 3, Travis's Scrub. He likes to cut to the rail and he has a lot of early speed, whereas Daintree Idol, we've seen her recently win her last 2 races for Tony Brett. She likes to use the track a little bit, so I don't think there's any reason why Good Odds Cobber can't get a clear run into that first turn, and we already know how electric he is down the back straight, so I think he can produce that once again here.
Very nice. Good push for Good Odds Cobber. Race 8, number 4, the best bet tonight at Albion Park. You've also got one for us there at Rockhampton, and looking long-term tonight there at Hobart, deep into the program. Rockhampton, the Lures, unfortunately, been a little bit worse for wear over the last couple of weeks, so we've got a bit of a strange meeting there on a Thursday night, just catching up on a few race meetings. So I've got to head to race 6, number 1, Ring Me, for the leading trainer Ken Booty up there. She returned from a 2-month break with an exceptional win at Albion Park over the 331 metres, scoring by upwards of 6 lengths, break the 19-second mark there, which is really important, Shorty. She heads back now to her home track. She's obviously flying this preparation. She draws really well in the red box here, where she's won 6 of her 9 starts, and I just really like the map for her, Shorty. Box 2, Dazzling Star, she likes to use the track, so don't think there's any reason why Ring Me can't get underneath her heading out of that first turn and prove really hard to hold out. Okay, so race 6, number 1, Ring Me tonight there at Rockhampton, and rounding it out at Hobart.
Last race on the program at Hobart, so it's going to be quite late for us on the eastern suburbs, but not for you guys over there. Probably kicking off around that not 10:48, it'd be 8:48 over there, I assume. So number 8 here, Clairvoyant. We've backed him a few times in recent weeks, and he's been good to us. I think he finds a really nice race here, heading back to Masters Company. He wasn't disgraced last start, despite running 3rd. It was his personal best time over this track and trip. So in the past, we've liked to see him get wide, run on down that long stretch of Hobart, and I think he'll do so once again here, and he appears a really nice price. I really can't see him losing this race.
Very good. Strong push, Hobart, race 11, number 8, Clairvoyant. Beautifully done, JC. Appreciate your time as always. All the very best on the punt this evening.
Thanks, Shorty. You too, mate.
There we have it, Jaycin Campbell with the latest.
This is GREYS on Tab Radio. Go, you good thing.
One man that can find us a good thing, the Hall of Famer Neil Brown. He's been patiently waiting for us to have a look at this card tonight at Sandown. There's some good chasing there as well. Welcome to you, Neil.
Yeah, good afternoon from here in Victoria, and good morning to you, David. We've got a big night at Sandown tonight. Our Women in Racing night, David. We have this once a year. It's a wonderful night for the ladies, and we really honour the ladies in greyhound racing tonight at Sandown.
It's a wonderful initiative, and the Karen Leake Memorial is one of the feature races, race number 5, the Judy Haley Memorial, and some fine ladies in our sport from years gone by, Neil, and it's so good that the sport just takes a little bit of time to reflect and think of these wonderful ladies and the legacy that they've left within the sport.
Absolutely, the real backbone of the sport for its eternity, and the Judy Haley, wonderful lady Jude, and it was first run in 2012, David. So, time gets on, doesn't it? And Karen Leake, who we tragically lost, and Karen actually trained 2 winners of the Judy Haley Memorial in over this last period of time when she was with us. And it's terrific. We have the women in the Lady of Greyhound Racing will be announced tonight, the Margaret Thomas Award, so we're looking forward to that. But we're going to find a winner, David, most importantly, aren't we?
Oh, that's the truth. The ladies will all be coming to see you, Neil, and they'll be expecting a result when they open the purses up tonight. So let's see if you can't help us find a few. Let's get into the early quaddie to kick off proceedings.
Yeah, got a grade 7 to kick us off over the 5.15. I thought number 5 would be the greyhound to beat Mitchy Rocks, but fairly even event. I'm giving chances to 3 and 2. Race number 2, grade 6 here, 5:15 metre race. Pretty even bunch. I think the winner will come from the inside. 2, 3 and 1. I've got the 2 on top, Super Nugget. Race number 3, 595 metre mixed 6th and 7th grade here. Pretty even race. I made it 1, 2 and 7. I've got We Own a Star on top for Steve White. And the last leg of the early quad, race number 4 here, over the 595, a grade 5 event. Very even indeed. I've gone 6, 8, 3 and 1. And I've got Fergus Zulu as perhaps the one to beat. Moving into the main quad tonight, the Karen Leek Memorial is race number 5. Here a grade 5 over the 5:15 metres. Gee, it's even race. There's plenty of chances here. I've gone 3, 5, 7 and 1. Lapini Manelli on top. He has won a couple of races here in 29.39. I thought he was a good solid effort at the Meadows last start, so I've got him on top, but certainly chances to Granny Roses, and the greyhound drawn in box number 7's in reasonably solid form, Ray of Star, and I think Desired Path from box number 1's got some sort of chance from that draw. So really tough first leg of the quaddie, 3, 5, 7, 1. The Judy Haley Memorial Final, these greyhounds qualified in the heats last week. I've made it 1, 2 and 8 I'm going to take. I've got Flying Currency on top, but gee, there's not much in it. One more Burn has also got very good chance from box number 2. They both went pretty well. I really like the run of Flying Currency, 29.46. It had I think it had about a month off and came back and was pretty impressive last week. 1, 2 and 8, Lakeview Alley, the other one I'm going to include. The third leg of the quaddie here, 595 mixed 4th and 5th grade. I got the Little Brothers, the little brother and sister, and the Kennel Mates, Ethanol Volume and Ethanol Water. I don't think there's much between them. I've got the Volume on top to beat the water, and I'm including Launch Code in here over the 595. Pretty competitive race, but they race pretty consistently, these greyhounds from the Daly Kennel, and I think we might find the winner amongst those. Got a terrific free-fall over the 515. The last quaddie race number 8. 2, 4 and 1 for me. I've got Transponder. He hasn't done much wrong. 4 and 7 from 15 here at Sandown. His record's very, very good. Impressive indeed in his last couple at the Meadows, and I think he's certainly the greyhound to beat. He won at the Meadows in 29.90. It was a hot run before a 23.72 win at Bendigo. So his last couple have been outstanding. Certainly you can't leave Big Energy out. He's had Calgrino's given him 3 or 4 weeks off. He's missed the start his last few. It'll be interesting to see what he does tonight. He can't be denied. He's won 10 races on the track. You've got to throw him in the quaddie. He is capable of winning, there's no doubt about that. And Tippy Hopkins is racing quite well and nicely drawn in box number 1 is the other chance I'm including. So good luck and good punting. Looking for a good thing, David. And as you know, I have an interest in Bagman, and we got a few bob last week. Thought he'd win, and I don't think there's a lot of pace drawn around him tonight. I think he'll win again. He was very impressive, 29.47 leading all the way. They were betting 4.40, a bit like our good thing last week. Got backed into $1.70, David, was a big go, wasn't it, off the red box there over the 5.95. And I think Bagman will win tonight. Race 9, number 3. I'll make him our best, but I might be just a tiny bit biased being in the camp.
Well, that's okay, Neil. Don't have a problem with that. It's okay to get around your greyhounds when you're involved in ownership. That's what's made this sport so great for so long, and you'll be cheering very hard tonight, and many of our listeners will also be joining the party because I think it's a really special feeling, and I'm sure on a night where there'll be a lot of ladies here having a great time, Bagman, I'm sure will be one they'll be cheering particularly hard for on the evening. Been seeing them well for us, Neil. Let's hope that can continue on tonight and recap that early quaddie, 523, 231, 127, 6831. The main quaddie, 3571, 128, 684, 241, and home with 9-3 Bagman, the best of the night, and a bit of special energy with Brownie involved in the ownership there. Neil, appreciate your time. Thank you for joining us this morning here on Great Greys. Pass on our love and best wishes to all of the ladies there tonight, trackside. Have a wonderful evening.
Certainly will, David. Talk to you next week, mate.
Good man. The Hall of Famer Neil Brown with us this morning here on Great Greys. Very good night of chasing as well to look forward to this evening there at Angle Park. Of course, the race that pays tribute to a man that we love dearly here in WA, in Shane McQueen tonight, the Shane McQueen final, race number 8 on the card, and it's drawn together a wonderful lineup. Getting a start as a reserve there, a former West Aussie that used to be with Paul Stewart. Mixed Dozens had a few starts over there in South Australia now, but taking on the likes of Fantastic Spike, also Kai Bale, Dash of Blue, Rico Nismo, Miss Artemis. Gee, it's a good quality lineup. Very much looking forward to that tonight there at Angle Park. Let's welcome in Sean Matheson to talk us through his key plays for another big night of chasing there. Welcome to you, Sean. How do we find you on this Thursday morning?
Yeah, hi David. Yeah, great to be on the show again. Yeah, really well, thank you. Really looking forward to tonight. As I heard you in the intro there, the Shane McQueen is a really prestigious race on our calendar. It's the best middle distance race in South Australia, really, heat and final. And we also get a lot of Shane's family here. I know they've got over 20 people booked in, wife, kids, grandkids, effectively. So it's a really, really big night. So, yeah, really looking forward to having them on course, but also, as you mentioned, a wonderful lineup. We've got race 8 tonight at Angle Park.
That is the truth. Well, let's see if we can't find a few winners on the card for this evening there. Sean, take us through your key plays tonight at Angle Park.
Okay, so my key plays. So the first of them, David, comes up in race 2, and it's number 2, All About Larry, for Cameron Forshaw. This greyhound was a good winner over the short course 2 runs ago, running 1984, and then last Thursday night here at Angle Park, not a lot of luck after a slow beginning. It's a dog that doesn't come out running out of the boxes, but can really muster quickly. And I think in this field, it's only a 5-dog field, effectively 2 vacant boxes on his outside with a vacant box and Aquila being scratched. He should get plenty of opportunity to muster in the early stages, and I reckon he can lead this race. He should muster through to the winning post, get to the lead, and I think he'll just be too hard to run down. He's quoted as one of the favourites, around $2.60, but I reckon that's not a bad price for him.
All right, so we team up with Larry. Race 2, number 2, All About Larry. On to the second of your plays tonight, Sean.
The second and third of my plays, we're looking for a little bit of value here, David, and in race 5 is the second of the plays, and it's number 2, Phoebe's Baby. She's quoted at $17 in the market. This is a final that heats were conducted last week. She missed the start last week. She got back in the field, but she was running home really strongly. She was still beaten 5 lengths behind Sir Prince, which is one of the favourites for tonight's race. They've drawn a bit wider. She's drawn inside. However, I think there's going to be a real drive to the first turn, and I don't think a lot of the speed comes from out wide on the track, and I think there could just be a little bit of tightening at the first turn, which could bring Phoebe's Baby into the race. The one dog here, Rafferty's Blues, didn't begin that well last week, but can begin okay, but does like to run a little bit wide on the first turn. So I'm just thinking there might just be a little bit of momentum stop for some of these more fancied runners. Phoebe's Baby, she's really strong. $17, I think she can run home really powerfully at the end of the race, and with a little bit of luck, she might be able to get the win.
All right, so nice each-way play. Race 5, number 2, Phoebe's Baby at a big price, and the third of your bets of note for this evening at Angle Park.
Okay, so this is in the next race, David, and again, it's a little bit of value for the listeners. It's race 6, number 7, Bedrock Will, quoted around $14 in the market. Again, this was heats to a final. These heats were conducted at Gawler last week, and the finals here at Angle Park. Bedrock Will's had a change of trainers now with Michael Stewart's and had 2 runs for, this will be the second run for Michael. It was a good run in the heat. Drew box 1, got a slight check on the first turn. Again, ran home really strongly behind Molly Irish. Box 7 has 1, 2 and placed 2 from box 7 from 4 starts. So wide draw won't matter. And there is the speed. Molly Irish will come out drawn outside him, but also Dazzling Cruiser and Terrific Janine will also come out running, who's drawn directly inside him. So I think he can actually come out okay and might even just, land, 4th, 5th, just in the running line behind the speed. Again, he's a dog who's really strong.
Catching up with Sean Matheson, he's just confirming for us 3 plays tonight at Angle Park. Race 2, number 2, All About Larry. Race 5, number 2, Phoebe's Baby. Each way at a big price. And race 6, number 7, Bedrock Will. That's Thursday night, Angle Park taken care of. Sean, what about the remainder of the weekend across there in SA?
Yeah, so we go to Gawler tomorrow, David. 10-race program there. I like race 8, number 2, Boom Boom Jinx for Mike Giniotis. One from this box 3 runs ago in 22.79. It's a dog that's really strong at the end of his race and is loves an inside draw, so he'll be really hard to beat tomorrow at Gawler. And then at Murray Bridge on the Sunday night, only a 9-race program, but I like in race 8, number 5, Southern Sun for Cam Butcher. An excellent run 3 runs ago in the heats of the Howard Ashton. Ran 4th in the semi-finals, and then was again a good run last start at Murray Bridge over the 5:30, beaten by his kennelmate Kiki. So I think he'll go one better on Sunday night at the Bridge.
Very nice indeed. Southern Sun on top there. Race 8, number 5, Murray Bridge on Sunday to go with Gawler. Race 8, number 2, Boom Boom Jinx. Southern Suns, I'll give you double points for the quiz players if you can name one of the band members from all those years ago. Sean, can you remember the Southern Suns?
I cannot. I'm sorry. I'm useless at that.
Yeah. You're not alone. There was a guy by the name of Jack Jones that was the lead singer for the Southern Suns. They didn't have a truckload of big hits, but there were 1 or 2 that snuck through that period. So I'll forgive you for not knowing that, and we'll be cheering hard regardless for Murray Bridge Sunday race 8, number 5, Southern Sun. Thank you as always for your time. Please pass on our best to all of the McQueen family there tonight as well, Sean, and enjoy your SA chasing over the weekend.
Terrific, David. No problems at all.
There we have it. Sean Matheson joining us here on a Great Greys, where it's now 16 minutes away from 11 o'clock.
This is your home of the Greyhound Good Oil, Great Greys.
Let's get across to New South Wales. This man is absolutely fizzing right up too. Great to be catching up with him on this Thursday here on Great Greys. Simon Orchard, welcome to you.
Yeah, g'day Shorty, g'day listeners over there in the West. Mate, I love a good fizz on a Thursday around lunchtime. Just gives me a nice little pick-me-up when I'm talking to you. So ready for the Thursday afternoon slate into a big night of racing around the country tonight.
That's the truth. Lots of interest from the New South Wales division up there at Albion Park tonight. Plenty of representation there, as there was yesterday. And there will be over the next few weeks. And then, of course, not too far away, we've got that State of Origin series up there, which always holds great interest.
Yeah, you're spot on, Shorty. I tell you what, it's almost like a mini State of Origin carnival right now. I spoke to GREYS this morning. He's got Histories Coming and Hurricane Rain. He actually gave him a pretty good push, and I know most people will say, well, of course he would. He's the trainer. But tell you what, Shorty, these 2 dogs, they are blessed with brilliant early speed. They're very lightly raced. They've only just turned 2 years old. They're already a Group 1 winner. History's Coming in the National Derby, and Hurricane Rain took out the Group 2 Nara Puppy Classic last month as well. They've been kept on ice for the last month. They went up and trialled, and according to Tom, and I trust him, he said they were 2 of the standouts alongside McKenna. So if you're running anywhere near the times of the Golden Easter Egg winner, I reckon you deserve a bit of a push tonight. Looking at the prices right now, History's Coming is around $8.50 against McKenna. That's race 10 tonight at Albion Park, but gets the benefit of being drawn closer to the rail. And Hurricane Rain, $11 chance in race number 6. And as I mentioned, both great beginners, great first sections, trialled the house down, and Tommy Reese, a pretty small but a pretty elite team. So among a host of other great chances, we know the usual suspects are all up there. We've had a bunch of dogs sent up to Queensland trainers as well. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, Shorty, and you're spot on. They're all steering towards the State of Origin, and I think, I have to double check this, but I believe the Strait of Origin to be run at Capalaba will also be named after the great and late Terry Hill. So it'll be a wonderful series to be a part of this year, mate. And the next couple of weeks are going to be fascinating to see what happens on the track.
Yeah, I see what they've done there too as well, with Capalaba being a straight racing facility. Very clever work there from the wordsmith. Simon Orchard get his key place for New South Wales chasing over the next few days. Simon, let's get into your best bets over the next 72 hours across there in New South Wales. Who are you liking?
Yeah, let's do it, Shorty. Gunnedah later on today, mate. 7-4 Spring Eureka, the best on the card out there. So that's Gunnedah Race 7, number 4, Spring Eureka. Tonight at Dapto, 4-2 Rosebery Hustler. The record for this bloke is outstanding at the track and trip. 32 starts, 20 wins, 8 minors. I still don't know how he lost last week. He went 5.29 early. The overall time, 17.41, pretty slow for him, but he is getting on, Shorty, even though he's just over 4 years old. He's still a 17 flat dog at his absolute best. He was 3 weeks between runs. So let's put it down to needing the fitness, and I think he can burn the candle at both ends tonight and run a really big race. So 4-2 Rosebery Hustler, the best at Dapto. Tomorrow, the Casino Beef Week Cup. I'm told it's a rollicking good time up there at Casino, the Beef Week Festival, so hopefully I can get up there one year. But I reckon Gypsy Joker is the dog to beat, just because the favourite, Coringa Raphael, who's still in at the moment, will come out of that race. So Gypsy Joker for Robert Cook jumps from box 7. Again, another dog that absolutely flies early, 267 PB to the first mark. And Casino's a track, Shorty. We know if you lead, typically you win. So Gypsy Joker's the tip in the Casino Beef Week Cup. That's race number 9, number 7. And then Wenty Park over the weekend, if you want to have a play there. Again, haven't really seen the prices yet, but 7, 8 and 8-2 tomorrow night at Wenty. That's 7-8 Go Jimmy, who looks pretty talented for the Gat Kennel, and 8-2 Zipping Clampett. And then on Saturday night, the best at Wenty comes late in the card, so you're going to have to save your penny. So race 11, number 6, Secrets Revealed, a promising type for Mini Finn.
Very nice indeed. And, of course, the Friday and Saturday night programs of late there at Wentworth Park. So roll it in. Race 7, number 8, Go Jimmy. Race 8, number 2, Zipping Clampett. And Wentworth Park there on Saturday night. Race 11, number 6, Secrets Revealed. Beautifully done, Simon. Appreciate your time as always here on Great Greys. Enjoy the weekend upcoming. Wishing you many winners.
Yeah, will do, Shorty. Hooroo.
Good man. Simon Orchard with all of the latest in New South Wales chasing, and we'll be keeping an eye on all of those sprinters and stayers that are up there in Queensland as well, and the countdown to the State of Origin series up there.
You're listening to Great Greys on Tab Radio.
Where it's now 5 minutes away from 11 o'clock, and rounding out the program as he does with us each and every week here on Great Greys. It's a bit of toot-toot for the Shane Train Williams. Hello, Shane-o.
Good morning, Shorty. Good morning, listeners. How are we today?
Going beautifully. You've got a busy day. You told me last night you've had a busy evening there. You've got trials and the likes this morning, and then you're off up to Northam today. You're earning your money.
Up the hill today, Shorty. Have to put the trailer on as well. So we've loaded up, and hopefully we get a bit of luck up there tonight.
I know that a lot of these dogs that will be going around at Northam over the next little patch, it's a query as to how they're going to handle the circuit. Are the dogs you're taking to Northam tonight, have they seen the Northam track?
Yeah, all my dogs have seen the track, Shorty. I went up Saturday morning, give them all a look, so no problems there on that department. And obviously dogs like Stevie Manelli and Rip and Tomahawk have raced there before, so they didn't really need to go up. But just the ones that hadn't seen it, I'll always trial at Northam before I race there. That first corner is very sharp, and yeah, I think it's in the best interest for everyone if most people can get there to trial, Shorty.
I agree 100%. That's valuable information for anybody having a punt there tonight on that Northam card. Speaking of having a punt, who have you isolated for the punters to get involved with?
Yeah, I'm going to kick it off. Race 7, number 5, Obsessed Much, Shorty. This dog trained by Tracy Hine. Used to ping the lids. It hasn't done it for a while, but I'm thinking back to its home track. Obviously, I don't think it's raced there, but I'm pretty sure I would have trialled there. They don't live far from the track, so if it can find the early box winners that it used to show, I think it'll be hard to beat. I think 300 is right up its alley as well. So we'll kick it off there, race 7, number 5, Obsessed Much, and then we'll go over to race 11, number 2, Shorty, another dog. I'm unsure of if it's been there, but this dog's coming out of the Oaks, the WA Oaks final, dropping back into provincial grade 5. So trained by Paul Keltis, who races up there a fair bit. So you just hope they've been up there and had a look. So 7, 5 and 11, 2 tonight.
Okay, moving on to Friday night, Mandurah chasing.
Yeah, Friday night, Shorty. Race 4, number 2, Can You Refine? Its form says no. Just have a look at its boxes. It's been drawn horrible. 7, 7, 6, 6, 8 and the likes. Gets an inside draw here. And this dog really likes Mandurah. So one on spec there, race 4, number 2, Can You Refine? And then over to race 6, number 2, Bagnaya. He's a very tricky dog to find, Shorty, but you only got to look 3 runs back when it come out and run 29.61 at Cannington. Any luck at all, this dog will blow him away. So 4-2 and 6-2 on Friday night.
4-2, 6-2 for the train there, Mandurah, Friday night. And we maintain Mandurah as the circuit for Saturday night chasing for the City card, transferred, of course, from Cannington, and we'll be getting comfortable with this because this is how it'll be for the next 5 or 6 months.
Yeah, it's going to get a while to get used to, isn't it, Shorty? Much like when Mandurah was shut and we're racing at Cannington on the Friday night. But we'll get around it, Shorty. I'm going to kick it off race 6, number 1, Flying Frida. Perfect map here for this dog. Wide runners in 2 and 4. She did show speed first up in that 500 and got flattened. I think the move to the 652 is very good. Of course, she did win the middle distance challenge back there a couple of months ago, Shorty. So going to get the chance to jump on the arm here and see what she's got. So race 6, number 1, Flying Frida. And then race 9, number 8, Jimmy's Jet. Big engine, this dog. Haven't seen the best of him the last couple, but I think Shorty out in 8, he's just going to get that room to burn down the outside and watch the clock if he jumps on the arm punters. 6, 1 and 9, 8 on Saturday night, Shorty.
Indeed. And the best from the kennel?
Yeah, we've got a little sneaky one tonight. Race 5, number 7, Enjoyable. She actually trialled really well on Saturday morning. She's stepping up to 500 for the first time. Now that favourite's out, that race comes wide open there. So we're going to have a little play on her. And obviously race 7, number 8, Jamie Keeping on Saturday night, Shorty, at Mandurah. Loves the 652-metre trip. Obviously, Sky Manelli the danger, but if she can get over and pinch a break, she might be hard to catch.
Beautifully done, Shane. I appreciate your time. Good luck with all of your runners tonight there at Northam as well as for the remainder of the weekend. We'll catch up again next Thursday.
Thanks, mate. All the best, punters.
There we have it, the Shane Train Williams layer. That brings to a close. Great grades for this Thursday. Lovely working with you here live in the new studios out at Gloucester Park.
Yeah, we survived in the den, the Gloucester Park den.
Indeed, and you've done very nicely. Thank you so much for your hard work this morning, and to everybody tuned in, wishing you all many winners for the remainder of your Thursday. I'll be back tomorrow morning with Jesse Earnshaw and also Peter O'Neill for chasing winners between 9 and 10 o'clock.